Did you know that a real fusion power plant is already under construction in the United States? It is called Orion. Helion Energy is building it in Malaga, Washington, with one clear commercial target: to deliver electricity to the power grid. And the first customer already has a name: Microsoft. In 2023, Microsoft signed the world's first fusion power purchase agreement with Helion. Orion is designed to begin initial operations in 2028 and, after approximately 1 year of ramp-up, deliver at least 50 megawatts of electricity. Constellation Energy will act as the power marketer and manage transmission of the electricity to the grid. So this is not just another physics experiment. It is a power station being built for a real customer under a real commercial agreement. Before Orion, Helion built Polaris, its 7th fusion prototype. In February 2026, the company announced that Polaris had produced measurable deuterium-tritium fusion and reached a plasma temperature of 150 million degrees Celsius. And that remains the most important technical milestone. But what happened after the Polaris tests is also very interesting. Investors put another $465 million into Helion, bringing the total capital raised by the company to approximately $1.5 billion. The latest round valued Helion at $15.5 billion. Among its best-known backers are Sam Altman, Thrive Capital, Lightspeed Venture Partners, SoftBank Vision Fund II, and Dustin Moskovitz through Good Ventures. These are experienced investors putting real money, reputations, and careers behind the project. We do not know exactly what they were shown during technical due diligence, but investors making decisions of this scale normally examine far more scientific and engineering data than the public ever sees. They clearly believe that Helion has something worth financing. And Helion is no longer hiring only plasma physicists to work on another prototype. The company is building manufacturing capacity. It is hiring engineers, technicians, machinists, power electronics specialists, fuel cycle experts, and people specifically dedicated to capacitor manufacturing. Helion plans to manufacture large numbers of its own powerful pulsed capacitors and other standardized components required to build fusion generators repeatedly. And then there is this vacancy. Helion is offering between $249,000 and $291,000 per year for a senior director of build. This person will not simply supervise the construction of Orion. The job description says the director must create the manufacturing, construction, commissioning, and field service capabilities required to deploy and support a national fleet of fusion power plants. A national fleet. That is a very different ambition from building one experimental reactor. So, how does a Helion fusion generator work? At opposite ends of the machine, fuel is heated until it becomes plasma. The plasma is formed into two field-reversed configurations, compact rings of electrically charged gas held together by their own currents and external magnetic fields. These two plasma rings are accelerated toward the center of the machine. They collide, merge, and form a single plasma target. Powerful pulsed magnets then compress this plasma. As it becomes smaller and denser, its temperature rises to hundreds of millions of degrees, creating conditions in which atomic nuclei can fuse. For its commercial machines, Helion plans to use deuterium and helium-3. This fuel is more difficult to fuse than deuterium and tritium, but it produces far fewer damaging high-energy neutrons and releases much of its energy as charged particles. And this is where Helion's design becomes especially interesting. After fusion, the hot plasma expands and pushes back against the magnetic field surrounding it. That changing magnetic field induces an electric current in the machine's coils. It works somewhat like regenerative braking in an electric vehicle, but on an enormous scale. Energy returns directly to the capacitor banks and electrical system. There is no giant steam turbine, and no need to convert fusion energy into heat, then mechanical rotation, and only then into electricity. The machine operates as a rapid sequence of pulses. The capacitors discharge, the plasma forms, two plasma rings collide, the magnets compress them. Fusion adds energy. The plasma expands, and the magnetic system recovers the electricity. Then the process begins again. Helion says that much of the electrical energy used during each pulse can be recovered even before fusion energy is added. The goal is for the fusion reaction to add more energy than the machine loses during the complete cycle. In that sense, Orion is not simply a reactor. It is an enormous pulsed electromagnetic engine. Of course, there is still a great deal that can go wrong. The deadlines may move. Some components may fail. The fuel cycle, repetition rate, materials, reliability, and total electrical efficiency still have to work together inside a commercial power station. Fusion has disappointed people before. But these people are not only publishing presentations about the distant future. They have built 7 generations of machines. They are operating Polaris. They are manufacturing components. They are pouring concrete for Orion. They have signed a contract with Microsoft. And they are already recruiting people to prepare for a national fleet of fusion power plants. Scientists, engineers, technicians, machinists, construction workers, and investors are all risking years of their lives, their money, and their professional reputations to make this possible. And honestly, I respect all of them. Because they are trying to do something extremely difficult and extremely important. They are trying to turn fusion from a promise into an industry. And if Orion works, it changes everything.